Really, it is about what is being channeled in that moment. If we try to speak in a certain language, this or that, we are losing the spontaneity of it. So the whole point is to be as spontaneous, as open and channel. It's more important than which language the energy transmitted is most important. Exactly, exactly. And if you have to speak in a certain language, then you have to translate that. And you lose that, you lose the flow.
आ जाओ बैठ जाओ भाई और कौन बैठ रहा है ये दरवाजा लगा देंगे तो यहाँ भी 2-3 लोगों का जगह रहेगा
And we can put
यहाँ भी बेड पे भी 1-2 लोग और आ सकते हैं यहाँ पे भी आ
पैर
सकते
का है ना we can put it inside.
हैं थोड़ा सिद्धांत टीनू के लिए भी जगह रखना आइए आइए
अरे एकदम ब्राजील बन के आए हो
Still pouch apa atle ziploc bag koi પણ જેમાં હું આટલું કેમ સુઈ ગઈ એને સારું લાગે જરા આડી પડી છે બેઠી નથી
Let's all settle down.
So right now let me ask this Mukul please आ जाओ जल्दी सेटल हो जाओ
પક્ષે બેઠું
ये यहाँ है ना यहाँ पर बैठो
એટલે અંડે
अभी
સ્ટારે
सब
કામ
लोगों ने ऐसे ही बस क्रैम्प होके बैठना है जहाँ भी जिसको जो जगह मिल जाए
આ બેઠો
बाकी
हमारी
तीनों
हेल्प
भी आ रहे हैं उनके लिए जगह रखना बस और वो यहाँ बैठ सकते हैं मुकुल इधर आ जाओ रोहिणी के बगल में आ जाओ
वो वहाँ आ गया
सिद्धांत भी आ गया So today I have a question. Okay, now my question is, where are we?
Oh my God! In Quanto Life, as Quanto.
No. Where are we at this stage as Quanto Life?
That is exactly what I was going to start.
Where?
with.
Yeah.
I swear that is exactly. You said kuch bolo. That is exactly what I was.
Yeah.
going
So
to say.
please start.
No, that's what I was going to ask everyone and you.
So where is Quanto Life? What do you think?
Right
where are
now.
we? What have we accomplished? What are our challenges? What is our great resource? What is the value creation? Okay. What is the brand of Quanto Life for outsiders?
And where do you see yourself in Quanto Life?
Where do you see yourself? And what is the next step? So there are a lot of questions. So you can pick up any or whatever. No. Right now we are very small. Right now we are very small.
If I have to go to US, I know Mansi is one person. Other than the relatives who I not have a relation. If I know previously I used to go to Delhi, I used to think this is the next flight I will go. Now I know I need people to meet me. If I have to go to Bhopal, I know people. Even if I have to go for a Trump, that election campaign, I would not meet any relatives, but I have to meet Mansi for a time.
So we have contacts, we have local, we have.
No, there are people you feel more connected and intimate, even more than your relatives. Yes. So
Yeah. They're not in touch for many years.
Yeah. Yes. Who else want to speak on?
About being how connected. The energy flow that is there, and what does it do to us internally? How we evolve.
So that's what
That is what is very important, and that is what is happening.
So what does it do to you internally?
Oh, it has done a lot to me. It has brought me into so many things and brought me out from so many things. That is the thing. And the thing is, it's not just Shivo or Mansi. It is the interaction of the energy which is there. It is the exchange of the entire energy in the group, which is y'all are catalysts, the two of you. And
yeah, but we have also tried to create one of the things I understood about community, uh, what is the difference between a group and a community? So in a group, there is a communication happening from center to everyone. Okay. Community happens where the communication start to begin from anyone to anyone. That is community.
Facilitation.
Actually, my understanding of community is also that there's not just communication, but there's sharing. I
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
difference between just
Yeah,
where is the sharing happening? Is it happening from the center outward, or it is
It's
happening only
anyone to
from,
anyone.
yeah, anyone to anyone?
So,
Like many centers.
Yeah. So what makes me most happy when I
Wherever?
class चल रही है उसकी? So it makes me most joyous to see the connections. When I hear of the connections between this one and this one, that makes me very, very happy. Like we saw that Aruna is a celebrated artist and she was feeling so nervous about her talk. And then how everyone supported her, that was really marvelous. So I celebrate this, that whatever is happening in the space, I may know just 1% of that maybe. Because there's so much communication happening, so much sharing happening, so much people are standing for each other, right? And there is a creation happening of which we are not even aware. It's happening behind. And that's really the dream, actually. That's really the dream. That it's a space of unlimited creativity where anything can happen anywhere.
So Kavita, she had a problem. She got, I didn't use the solution. I got connected to my friend on conference and she got the solution within 10 minutes.
Oh.
Kavita, tell about it.
Yeah, so we had some legal issues. So I needed legal advice from a person like, so I put on the Quanto Mumbai group if any legal advices are there. Ramon connected me to Bulan. He said there's nothing to worry about it. So that gave me a lot of relaxation. And now, like, the process is
So it instantly happened. You could instantly find someone.
yeah. And one input I just want to share here is the best thing I like about QuantoLife is the openness and how beautifully you all integrate each and every one with their positives and negatives and make us one. And you're always constantly pushing us, unknowingly towards the best higher self. I mean, this is what I have lived here.
Yeah, so that is one thing for sure. We do push everyone, and it is because we had 30 plus speakers. So why in other organization we are such a small organization, and why we had 30 plus speakers? Is because we pushed, and when we were pushing, they also saw opportunity for themselves, and they were all unique people. We did not force any dogma, any philosophy which is to be promoted. Rather, we were teaching them to discover whatever is their higher self. And they all integrated the Quanto Life principles
In their own way.
in their own ways.
Own unique way. So one of the things that I am finding fascinating is that things that get started and are good very quickly are becoming part of our Quanto culture.
Yeah.
It just spreads, one person. So, initially there were a couple of people who were like, pointing out the unique potential. Now it has started spreading. Now, you see, so many different centers. It has become part of the culture. Like, and it happens so seamlessly in most cases. Some cases, triggers are necessary and they happen. But in most cases, it's just like, one person gets the intelligence and then boom, it just spread. Like everyone, we've all gotten that, I see that happening faster and faster. Like earlier, it would take like a few months. Now it's happening in days. I'm seeing that the pace of evolution is increasing, accelerating.
You're also learning new things.
No, but it's accelerating. And it is like boom, like okay, Manisha got it. Okay, boom. In 2 days it has spread. You know, something like learning is more important than power, right? Once it has been said, everyone's gotten it in their own way, they're interpreting it, you know. Integrity is more important than talent. Suddenly it's like, you know, that is a lesson we learned very recently in our this. And I think it's going to, like, all these things are the culture. It's like we don't have to have, like, you know, send a doctrine and a dogma. It's just like it spreads in small groups. And
And you know, we meet somebody, like I met this boy, Anurag, music.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what has happened?
How?
after
Yeah.
that is magic.
See, this is
This
know.
sheer magic.
इसको भी बुलाओ ना,
this
अनुराग
is
को बुलाओ ना
the this is Quanto culture, real.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Quanto culture.
And thanks to
Mukul is also
Meena ji.
witness
Yeah, Meena ji. Mukul.
how one person does something and suddenly it's everywhere,
Shiva.
and there are huge possibilities from everything.
नहीं है.
From that small thing, there is huge possibility.
I mean, I just met him casually. I said,
मतलब
"Sir,
ही
you take a-"
ये मतलब ये तो अपनी स्टाइल में वो अपना कुछ ये वीडियो ले रही थी और वो ऐसे ऐसे बैठा हुआ तो आगे चेयर पे सर नीचे करो ऐसे. This is how
it started.
it started.
Chavi ji taking a lecture
See,
in Mumbai.
so let me share a very, very important tenet. Let me share what is causing this explosion of creative possibility. Right now it's happening in a certain way. It is happening right now. It is happening in unknown ways, but when it comes to awareness, it can grow by 100 times, 1,000 times. Okay, so this is the most, I would say, the most important tenet of our culture, and we are very fortunate, we are very blessed that we have been able to create such a new kind of structure which doesn't exist anywhere. It's a very new kind of a structure, and it's very difficult to practice. What I'm going to suggest is very difficult to practice, but it is the easiest practice in Quanto Life, right? And that is, in every moment, what is the highest value you can create? As simple as that. This is a very alien thinking for people outside Quanto Life. They will not be able to think like that. What do normally people think in any situation? Suppose you are in any situation. Okay, what something has happened. What does normally people think? Where is,
What is the highest value I can create for myself?
yeah, what can I get out of this? What's in it for me? What can I get out of this? Right? So when I have often said this, that we don't have a strategy, we don't have an action plan, that we, a lot of people say about the new age that you don't need resources, you don't need money. No, just a lot of people say. So we had a session right recently on, what was the session on, Deva Siddhi? जो मैंने session जो एक लिया था. Oh,
No, assessment is more important. Assessment
हाँ,
of ideas.
idea assessment is more important than idea creation. So वो सिद्धांत एकदम 2 मिनट की दूरी पे था, क्या हो गया? अच्छा ठीक है, वो भटक नहीं जाए, ध्यान रखना. So now let me bring in another point. So I said in that particular session, I said we are going to discuss this. We discussed this partially, that so I asked earlier, to do business you needed huge money. You needed 5 crore, 10 crores, right? Or at least 50 lakhs. Now what do you need? Maybe 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, right? Maybe you need 1 crore. That's it, right? So is it that the business has become much easier now? No, it has become much more difficult.
Starting has become.
Starting has become difficult, easier. Starting is only like I can say I do this, ye lo mera card. Bas. Even to get your first client who will pay you 2,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees is very difficult.
No, but building the first minimum viable product,
Huh?
that is also easy. To build the first minimum viable product. Or the
No,
product.
not even that is also not. No, to you it is easy.
Tisha's pen.
To you that I have created a product is easy, but for other to understand the value of that is very difficult. Correct? Now another point, people say, oh wow, today I don't need to spend 30 lakhs rupees on my MBA education because MBA education doesn't give me anything, or whatever degree I take tomorrow it's going to be useless. So there is no point. That means I am saved of that expenses. I am saved of those 5 years I'm going to spend, isn't it? But do we realize that because everybody can do business, what it has become so much more difficult? Because everybody can do business. Earlier it was easy. Everyone was in a slot. I have got 10 crore rupees, so I can take franchisee of a company. Right. I have got 100 crores, so I can set up a plant. Fix. Now within that, some people will succeed, some people will fail, but there will still be a success rate of 30-40% at least. आ जाओ आ जाओ. आज हम लोग इधर ही बैठ गए क्योंकि बाहर गर्मी थी. आ जाओ इधर बैठ जाओ, इधर तुम्हारे लिए रखी है जगह. अच्छा तुम कहीं भी आ जाओ, कहीं. आ जाओ. नहीं सिद्धांत आ जाओ, इधर जगह है तुम्हारे लिए, जगह रखी है तुम्हारे लिए, रखी. आ जाओ इधर 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 आ जाओ, इधर इधर बैठ जाओ.
इधर आ जाइए.
So just the fact that today's businesses don't need money. So सिद्धांत इधर बैठ जाओ, उधर तुमको डिफिकल्ट होगा. अरे नहीं उधर जगह नहीं है, जगह नहीं, इधर इधर बैठो आराम से. ये बैठने के लिए चाहिए है जगह, ये बैठने के लिए है. हाँ तुम्हें बैग तो नहीं चाहिए? बैग नहीं. हाँ फिर ठीक है, फिर इधर ही बैठ जाओ. So just the fact that people don't need money to start business has made the business extremely difficult. See how comfortable life was. You were clear. No, I don't have money. So what will you do? You will take a degree. You will do a job. You know it clearly. I got 1 crore rupees, so I can start a shop. I got 10 crore rupees, so I can start a franchise. I got 100 crore rupees, I can start a factory. Right? Clear demarcation. Now everything is gone. So there was somebody was telling me a few days back. Here, no, I was telling this person, I think sometime back. Today, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Okay. You may have 10 lakhs rupees, you may have 10 crore rupees. Even the person who has got 10 crore rupees, he will realize at some point that he has ended up burning all 10 crores, producing nothing. Earlier, in the earlier business, if you will spend 10 crore, he will buy land, he will put up some factory, he will put in some machinery. So 10 crore will become 5 crore. Now what happens? 10 crore, zero. So do you see how difficult the business is today? And everybody thinks that he has got a great idea and he's going to make it. Everybody is in that space, right? So now my question is, when we are in such environment, which is strongly competitive, where you don't even have a team, employees who want to become employee. I can also, why somebody is doing this business, how much money has invested, 3 lakhs, I can also invest. So why should I become employee? Right? This is the thinking currently. Even if somebody will join a job, somebody joined a job, 25,000 rupees a month. He also think I have joined after 3 months, I'm going to do something else. Where is the commitment? Do you see how difficult the business environment is? Isn't it? So what is the crux now? If the resource is not important, then what is important? If your education is not important, then what is important? What is important for today's businesses? How do you do it?
Sharpness of the mind and observation. I tell you another reason to say that. Because now what you're saying is so right. This is like, now the opportunities are also so many that you don't have to do that 10 mistakes to do that business. Now you can learn from others. So if it takes 5 years to set up a business, it might take only 1 year now.
No, but actually, learning from others was much easier earlier because there were clear case studies. Now, learning from others is very difficult because her path was different.
Unique.
My path is totally different. How do I learn? Learning, knowledge has become very easy.
Knowledge is available easily.
Yeah, but what does that mean for me is very difficult. आप लोग चेयर लेके बैठ सकते हो क्या?
हाँ नहीं, because नहीं everyone settles down ना grounded.
Sorry?
लेके
We were talking about that sector, right? So there were 2 other similar guys who are working on the same module with whom I have worked and have done their courses. Okay, but then even though they had better knowledge than Siddharth Ratsekar, they couldn't sustain.
Now this is another challenge. So there is somebody who designs a course. What is that course called? What is that course called? His course?
Chair.
Siddharth Rajshekar.
Internet Lifestyle Hub.
Internet Lifestyle Hub.
That the community is created.
Okay. What is the name of the course? Title of the course?
Freedom Business Model. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So
freedom business model. Now what happens is, see the challenge. See the challenge. He does a course. 20 people join it. And you know what? Half of them are joining so that I can also teach the same thing. I will take the content, I will teach the same thing. Copy. And he has no copyright. There is no way he can have copyright. Because whatever copyright he may have, you can easily twist it, tweak it.
They don't keep copyright.
Right. I tell you, in another challenge of today's environment is, it's not possible to have any copyright. Forget, earlier you would have IPR if you had intellectual property. Today, not possible.
He himself has learned from big.
Yes. See, they learn from international coaches. So it's good actually.
And now there are so many coaches who are doing exactly the same thing as Siddharth Rajshekar.
But I have one question. Why does everyone think just because they have done one course that they're actually able to do that? I
Because they are getting people, no?
They ask me if I come for a weekend,
They are
be a tantra teacher. Like what? I mean, how can you do
no,
that?
but people are doing it.
No, they're not doing
He
it.
has done, how many of here have done Siddharth Rajshekar course? You have done similar course, right, from someone else? Yeah, 3 people. See, there are 3 people. And we know, huh?
Yes, and so that is
No, even Sachin Mahajan is very successful. Who is part of Quanto Life? Sachin Mahajan.
has other qualities already. I mean,
Sachin का भी वही है, autopilot.
Right, same course.
Successful hai.
See, one thing is that let's say 20 people had intention, 5 became successful. Those 5 are the ones who already had certain qualities. Agreed. But still, the point is that what he was teaching, still 5 people can replicate. Tomorrow 50 can also replicate. isn't it? So then what happens to, and see, the point is he also has not created it, he also learned it from outside somewhere.
Right, sure, but I think the difference is
So this is the knowledge, I would say dissemination kind of a segment, isn't it? Which can be easily copied. So now what is the way?
I feel sustainability is also somewhere because not everybody is able to put in the same. I mean, this is what I realized for myself. Like when I wanted to do a course, create a course related to parenting, I took this course. I was not able to be so consistent. So I feel
No, no, no.
consistency was one thing that
No, who can become consistent? That's my question.
only authentic person can become consistent.
See, the person, okay, now this is not the only criteria. The person who actually came out with an idea is the person who can constantly evolve. But there are a lot of strings attached to that. Hi. आप लोग आ जाओ थोड़ा थोड़ा आगे. और ये तो पिरामिड बना दिया. जगह थोड़ी कम हो गई, हमने सोचा था कम नहीं पड़ेगी. यहाँ पर दो एक लोगों की तो जगह है कम से कम.
शिल्पा यहाँ पे से
शिव, यहाँ पे इंडियन कोचिंग इंडस्ट्री में क्या हो रहा है कि लोगों को लगता है कि मैंने सिस्टम सेटअप कर लिया, सिमिलर कंटेंट ऑफर कर लिया, मेरा ब्रांड बन जाए. दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. व्हाई ओनली नाउ दिस गाय सिद्धार्थ राज 1 लाख मेंबर्स का कम्युनिटी, out of which 15,000 are paid members. Membership is 1.5 lakh per annum. Diamond membership. ठीक है, now is offering. अभी आते हैं, आज कल परसों ऑफर है.
कल परसों.
एक महीने पहले ही वो सिर्फ एक एनुअल था, ओके. But this guy is so brilliant. उसने उसको ही समझा है कि storytelling has largest impact. So he has drafted his brand as a story. कि कैसे मैं कॉलेज ड्रॉप आउट हूँ, मुझे एजुकेशन सिस्टम इज ब्रोकन, so I want to create a new education system in the world.
Yeah, so
that's how we have drafted a story.
Again we come to the same. So again we come to the same. Yeah, again we come to the same thing which we were discussing yesterday. और फिर अत्यंत सुन लो तुम, तुम्हारे लिए ही है. Content, if you sell the content of a course, it will be like you have to throw it like cheap peanuts.
But you need good content. Without content,
no, but you need great content, but you don't sell content. It's not the content which is sell. In Quanto language, sell the miracle story.
Sell the results.
That's what
success story.
So this is the difference basically. Yeah.
But
But for you to create miracles, what is needed? See, it is so easy. It is so easy that you go to a Harvard University and you do a 6 months course and then you make your own course and start to deliver it here. It's so easy. It is so, what is required to create those miracles? What is required to create stories? That's the understanding and capability you need to build up to be able to create stories.
Suppose there's a Saptang model. One person teaches in a different way, I teach in a different way. But I got a practical aspect to it. Suppose Shukla Niti Sikhata teacher, tuck, tuck. But I know how to give a practical angle to it. Suppose if I have to, how criminals have to be external, how I have to give a practical angle.
So how do you learn to give practical angle to it? How?
By becoming
How
more,
do
more and more aware about the reality. By
and how do you become more aware of the reality?
Working with more and more people.
Yeah.
By observation.
When you work with more people, you understand
Diversity.
about their pain points.
See, we have to understand. You are not spending 10 crores on business. You are not spending your 5 years and 1 crore in a degree course, right? So you have understood this, right? But what you have to understand, what is that you need to do? You have only understood what is that I don't need to do. But what is that you need to do? Right? No, that all comes later. All comes later.
Work with as much people as you can. Then you
See,
understand.
you have to redefine what is value. There was a certain way you defined what is value. Now you have to redefine what is value.
You have to go in the unknown.
No, yeah, unknown though, of course. See, today what has happened is, earlier what used to happen, there is a segment. Okay. There will be, let's say 10 players in a segment. Okay. The top one will have 30% market share. After that will be 25. After that will be 15. There will be few who will have 5% also. And they all will be successful. Now, in one segment, one organization, one company will have 90% market share. 90%. And if they don't have 90% market share, they will not survive. So there is scope only for one. Only for one.
Or maybe for second.
Maybe second one will barely survive. Like today, Amazon is thriving, Flipkart is surviving. Amazon is 90%, Flipkart is 9%. Right? No, wait. No, it just is they know when their 9% will become 5%, they don't know. Then will become 1%.
In US, we only have Amazon now.
Like Google. Like you say, let's Google it out.
So what is the way now?
Let's Amazon it.
So if you think, lot of people used to tell me till even 1 year back कि Amazon था ना ऐसे ही मैं भी अपना shop setup करूंगा. यार I used to laugh यार मैंने क्या बोला यार इसको मतलब उसको पता भी नहीं है. See, one of our dear friend in Quanto Life, I don't want to take name. Of course, we have discussed so openly with him, who was in quantum entrepreneurship. So I had a discussion with him 5 years back. So he said, I am starting a website and which will sell all kind of spiritual and self-development courses. Yeah. I said, great. So what's the stage? Well, yeah, I am going to just make it. And I said, how will you promote it? How will you get client? No, client will come now. See, what people used to think, कि एक बार मैंने सब डाल दिया. Right, this course is available. आपका course available है, सब मैंने डाल दिया. फिर then I'll go to SEO specialist expert. वो he will do my promotion on search engines.
Aggregator.
Right, and people will come and to my. I become a billion dollar company. Billion. Everybody has got what dream? $1 billion company. All right. I said, listen, I don't know you will listen to me or not, but this is not going to work. I'm sorry. This is not going to work. So obviously he failed after that. Though his great success was, I came to know and I was very happy. He joined the quantum entrepreneurship course in few months back, which was happened. I was very happy to know that he could recover his cost of building the website. Because the website he had built, he sold to someone in 10 lakh rupees. So he was not in loss. I said, Bhaiya, this is also great intelligence. Okay. Sorry?
That's also a great business idea.
No, but it's not a great business idea. It's just you will survive. You will survive.
You won't thrive.
There is no thriving.
The business model itself was not enterprising. I was approached for it. So like I was asked for a certain amount of money and then I would definitely like 1.5 lakhs or something. I said, what is the ROI? Give me then, then some promises were made that we were on key factors. So I backed out.
Anywhere you can calculate ROI, etc., is a bad business. Because that's a model already set. Already there is one person who is at the top and you can never get in there. You know why a new Amazon can never be created? Do you know what is the reason? You cannot create new Amazon, another Amazon. Because the first site which entered your mind, I say individual Lata's mind, okay, they've already captured the space. To replace that, there has to be 10 times bombardment than before. Somebody who spent 10 times more money than Amazon can probably replace Amazon.
Just like WhatsApp. So many other apps.
Once any model is set in today's world, it cannot be replaced. Only thing it can happen is either it can fizzle out because it is not able to move with how times are changing, so its relevance will just get destroyed. What happened with Orkut, right? Orkut, right? Or they make some grand mistakes. For example, today,
Nokia.
yeah. So see, for example, today, if Amazon, they are very clear. See, Amazon, that when they say you can return any goods, no questions asked. Suppose if they start to flounder in that policy, what will happen tomorrow? Slowly, the brand will finish. Unless you make that mistake, nobody can replace you. And if you can keep moving with times, nobody can replace you. Then what is the scope for you? There is a niche. You can't enter the niche. What is the scope for you now? You have to create your own niche. The opportunity is today. Earlier, there were only, let's say, 20,000 niches in the market. Now there are 20 million niches. Okay. And can you find out what is your niche? Will you be able to say, let me do some research and find out some niche? Can you find out the niche? How? You can never find out the niche. Why? Because you got to create the niche. If you got to create it, it doesn't exist today. You got to create it.
So Shiva, in US, no, there was a niche that got created, and it is completely opposite Amazon. Okay, it's Etsy. So they went the complete different way where the whole attention. It's also become a multi-billion-dollar company, but it's a completely different thing. It's for people who sells completely handcrafted things. Whole attention is given to the artisans, creating the artisans' unique profiles, and they create that. It's completely, they have gone completely the different direction. And there, they will tell that, every item is unique. So unless there is a deficiency, you cannot return it. You cannot, because it has been created for you. So you cannot return it. Only if there's a defect, you can return it. So they have gone completely.
On Etsy, they also sell things
No.
that I sell in my shop, and that's not unique. I can say.
No. What I have said is they have created that. See, this opportunity is given to the artisan seller. See, there are different kinds of shops on Etsy, but in Amazon you don't have a choice. In Amazon, if you sell, if a unique, a person sells, then you can still return. You can say, because that is Amazon policy. Etsy gives that freedom to artists. Okay, so you have not chosen that freedom, that is yours. But most of the people that I buy from, because I exclusively buy from Etsy, so a lot of them, they give you the freedom, but they tell you creating the product for you. So because we are creating the product for you, then unless there's something that it has come broken or something, you cannot return it.
So
you are investing.
It's a customized product, basically.
Yes.
So that's a different niche altogether. Okay. So my question is, how will you create your own niche? Number one. And what is that niche where nobody can compete with you? Suppose you created a niche, somebody else comes in. Before you have a brand of your niche, anybody can come, and replace you, finish. You only 1,000 people knew you, right? But somebody comes and he does some promotions, does some events or something. 10,000 people know him, and you are behind now. So he is the one who will capture the niche, not you. right? So how will you make sure that the niche you are creating is not looted, stolen, or rightfully claimed by someone? How will you make sure?
We can't, no?
You can give your clients, your
No,
customers.
no. What kind of a niche cannot be claimed by someone else? This is my question. So first thing, how will you create the niche? What kind of a niche cannot be claimed by someone else?
Yeah, that is unique to your individual.
Where a niche, where the crux is your uniqueness, that cannot be stolen by anyone. All right? Because now let's understand one thing. It's a very important point inside to understand. You can create a niche which is totally yours. Nobody can come in there. If you can discover who you are, because you are a unique being. There are 7 billion people on the earth, there are 7 billion types of people on the earth. If you can discover who you are, and it's not enough to discover who you are, you have to also create huge value out of it. Huge value. Right? And then you should be able to get the value back also. 3 steps. Discover who you are, create value, get the value back. No, now look at this whole structure. Understand the uniqueness and the value propositions of that. तो लाइफ टाइम के लिए हमेशा ही चलता है, तो लाइफ टाइम चलता है. Yeah. So
To find out
who you are.
no, we follow this
Yeah.
guide.
आपका कुछ क्वेश्चन है?
It's like
प्रोडक्ट का
we follow that
वेरिफिकेशन है
process and we
वो
guide.
एवरीडे
You find out
से न्यू
what
क्रिएशन.
is good.
आज दुकान में कहीं भी कोई जा रहा है वो कितना नया है क्या?
True. And lot of people, just say, let's say there is a sweet shop. Lot of people will try to no, you see, but I really tell you this. So I took Bevo for this. जब बॉम्बे कोई आता है मैं उसे क्या बोलता हूँ, बॉम्बे का नंबर 1 आइटम क्या है? वो डोसा है. वो क्योंकि वो कहीं मिलता नहीं है, डोसा पाव भाजी फ्यूजन. राइट राइट डोसा पाव भाजी फ्यूजन कहीं नो वेयर यू विल गेट.
Jilly and what is that? Jilly. Jimmy.
Okay, you go to Madras, you go to Bengaluru, wherever you go, you will not find that.
Even in Mysore, you don't get Mysore.
Even in Mysore, you don't get the Mysore dosa. Right? And I thought we will at least find it in Pune, but I haven't yet seen that dosa even in Pune. And
No. Jilly.
you don't know what the dosa is. So that is the Mumbai number 1 specialty. Mumbai number 1 specialty is not vada pav. It is not pav bhaji. It is that dosa. Anybody who tastes that is going to get attracted to that again and again. So I was thinking, I got this answer just few days back only. Really, I'm telling you. I was thinking here, the Mumbai dosa hai. Suppose somebody comes from Gwalior, somebody comes from Delhi, he eats that dosa and he can think, no, मैं भी जाके बना लूं. Correct है? Now, कल परसों मतलब परसों मैं वैभव है क्या?
वो क्लास कर रहा है.
मैं वैभव को लेके गया. मैंने कहा चल तुझे बॉम्बे का स्पेशल है तो ये तो you should have it. So we went to Krishna. Okay. So we had that dosa there. I had a realization that dosa only that person can make good who is really totally involved in that. That's why if you eat that dosa at 20 different places, the quality difference is so high. And I was surprised that this Krishna, it wasn't good actually. And he's using the same ingredient. No, the person, it is the uniqueness of the person, right? So there is a dosa wala near my house. He is very good. But then I discovered another one who is much better than that also. So how are these people able to get the best? First thing, they are very keenly interested. यहाँ पर क्या है? ये वो कृष्णा है, owner of the shop. He says, okay, तू बना लेता है डोसा, आजा, चलता है, आजा. उसको क्या, अच्छा तेरे को 10,000 रुपए सैलरी मिलेगा, वो बना रहा है बेचारा 10,000 रुपए सैलरी के लिए.
इसमें फ्रेंचाइज मॉडल नहीं चल सकता.
सवाल ही नहीं. इसमें फ्रेंचाइज मॉडल अगर चलेगा भी तो बहुत अलग तरह का चलेगा.
पूरा स्टैंडर्डाइज करना पड़ेगा. It's not standard right
It's a
now.
very different franchise model that will work. बिल्कुल अलग बनेगा. See, the somebody who has this sense, उसको कलर चेंज हो रहा है उससे पता चल जाता है, उसकी स्मेल से पता चल जाता है कि वो ingredient, you have to put that ingredient at that moment or after 10-20 seconds after that, right? How much water you are supposed to put in exactly. Unless you are become one with that, you will not get it. Number one. Number two, you should be ready to take a very authentic feedback. Isn't it? This is what. So
Shivo gave a rating.
हाँ, मैंने बोला ये 55 है. कृष्णा वाला बोला था. नहीं 60 बोला था पहले, पर मैंने कहा नहीं 60 लाइक नहीं है, 55 है. फिर मैंने बोला घर के पास वाला है वो 75 है, और एक महावीर नगर में जो हमने उस दिन खाया था, ध्यान है, that is 95 right now. So कोई comparison है. Mukul, you will not, that kind of dosa you will not find in Mumbai. And what is so difficult, tell me, anybody can come there, watch what are the ingredients, same ingredient, आप बना लो.
It's open secret.
Open secret है, बना लो आप. No, वो बात सही है. हाँ, वो बात सही है.
65-95 पे चमकता है.
नहीं, वो बात सही है. But what happens is, slowly what happens, even if people don't understand your product, they're slowly they will get attracted to it. Number one. Number two, when there is a competition, okay, let's say there is another dosa wala who comes next to him, then people will understand very fast.
Yeah.
They will compare, and one of the shop has to close after that. So,
charges 5 rupees extra.
Right, his costing is same, maybe little costing is little 5 rupees higher, but you can charge 30 rupees higher, not 5 rupees. So
I don't know where it came from.
So
depends on your presence all the time.
see now, no, that you are talking about the scalability, right? So there can be a lot of models which can be scalable, but in a totally different way today. You cannot be scalable today. One person cannot be scalable in terms of, this is old thinking that I will open my franchises. So I have developed a dosa. Now I will open 10 more joints. This is one thinking of scalability. एक मिनट मैं उसको भी, क्योंकि ये भी एक क्वेश्चन है ना. Wait, Ramu. So I will give franchise to 10 different people. Will this model work? Let's say I become very successful. I sell my dosas are very popular. Okay. Now I say I know the secret, so I will open 10 different places. I will put up my person, or I will have a sharing, whatever. Is it going to work?
I think not 100%.
Another
No, this will not work for the simple reason. First question person will ask, why should I pay you that 20%? मैंने तो देख लिया क्या बता रहे हो. Yeah, suppose I pay you for the first year. You taught me all. I have all the secret. Next year, tada, bye bye.
But you make a contract.
No, but you will make a contract for 1 year, right? Or 2 year or 3 year.
Then he will not give it.
Contract can end. No?
Contract will end, right? Or if you make a long-term contract, that nobody will take it.
A very big.
First saying there is he's saying, why should I pay you 20%?
Shivaji, a very
No,
big.
that's a model that was created long back. Now there is no scope for that kind of creation. Now, what kind of franchise model can be created today? It's not that franchise model which will get created. See,
Standardization के base पे नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं हो सकता है. See, क्या है अभी जैसे हमारे घर के पास वो एक जो जॉइंट खुला जो रूफ टॉप जिसमें कविता भी गई थी. Lot of other people, Mukul has had so many times there. So too good of food. Danger क्या है? Anybody will come and say कि अच्छा cook कितना सैलरी तेरे को मिलता है? 20,000. चल मैं तेरे को 30,000 देता हूँ. Finish.
That happens in US all the
Finish. So the cook gets 20,000 salary, and you all know that food is very good. Somebody says, "Come with me, 30,000." Finish. Your restaurant is finished. Next cook will come. Now you train that cook. He will also be taken over, right? So that kind of franchising model cannot work. Now the franchising model has to be knowledge based. Means there is a person whose heart and soul is cooking, and one person who understands Thai, one person who understands Chinese, one person understands South Indian, because I have lived there, I have tried the best, and my heart and soul is in that, right? To create that team, right? And you constantly create recipes. And your franchisee is for what? Your franchisee is not about the yellow menu or Kholo restaurant. Your franchisee is every week we will give you 2 new recipes. And see how many franchises he can create. We have an institute. We create all the time successful recipes. All the time. Successful recipes we create. Every week you get 2 new. That's it. That's a franchise model. So whatever you are trying to do, any component, if you are thinking, can be, if it is based on repetition, there can be no success. There can be survival in that. There can be survival, but there can be no success.
There is 2 people I know, very potent landmarks around here. He standardizes spices, he makes his own spices, even the sauces. Even if he has given franchising, he trains the stock. Everything is perfect. But if there is a division, father had 1 hotel, he has 50. Even the spices, he gets it, even frying, the temperature, everything just made the knowledge, how it has to be done. Even if cook changes, you standardize everything. Suppose a person who was running earlier hotel had only 80,000.
No, but nobody knows his formulas.
No.
Hey, nobody knows his formulas.
No.
So that means if nobody knows his formulas, that means the formulas were created by himself. That means his heart and soul was into that. Could he have done that? That I am the owner, I am putting in money. You come, you are the best cook, you create formulas. So then what that person has to do? Either that person has to be offered partnership, that you are 30% partner. If he is on salary, then he will say, Tata, bye bye. I will open my own shop. I'll find out some other financer. Right? See, if you are basing your business on a contract, on money, on that you will pass on knowledge to someone will follow it, on employees, nothing is going to work. What will work is your heart and soul is so much into it. You are really the expert, and you are also the expert in identifying who are the other expert. You align all of them and you say, okay, you have this mistake, you have this mistake, and we are creating something together. And those 5 people team is just so grand. It can just create magic.
They will share the products, but they will not share the formula. That's all.
No, they will share the formula also. They will train suppose I am the institute. Okay, what is my advantage? Nobody can copy me. You know what I have to teach my recipes. So I create a new recipe and then I have a Zoom session, right? and there are 100 franchisees I have, and they all carry that our recipe comes from this. We are franchisee of this. Okay, so every week I teach 2 new recipes to all the cooks. Some will get it to some extent, some will not get it to that extent, but they may be good recipes, right? Now my expertise is not, my secret is not my recipes. What is my secret? That I can create every week. I can create 2 recipes every week. This is my selling formula. Tell me who can copy it. Yeah. And my question is, who can do it? What is the strategy to create this organization? That's my question.
It is not only, I mean, we are talking about food outlet, but I know companies in unique oil they make for all machinery everywhere, even internationally. Only the father and the daughter use the formula. They have a lab where they come every month, make a sample, that much quantity, and they are in their homes after that. It's only that labor that 1 week goes into making that much quantity, and they just put that formula has to be put according to the given, numbers.
So it's a secret.
So yeah.
Like
So this is a old age business model. See, this works when there is a demand of a standard product. But suppose if the demand of what kind of oil is needed, if it changes every year, what will they do? No. They are all old. They are all old businesses.
Static demand.
They are all old businesses. In the new world, no, that kind of businesses are there, because in new world, all the businesses are changing. So their demand is not same. What they demand today, after 6 months, they will demand something else. You cannot have fixed customers.
But Shivaji, suppose the person who has the formula, that person dies.
Right.
Finish. Because वो restaurant था.
वो ये मेरे लिए वो लाता था ना, मंजन उज्जैन से लाता था, उज्जैन से मंजन लाता था, लाइन लगा के बिकता था. एक दिन बोला नहीं, इस बार तो मैं नहीं ला सकता. क्यों? वो तो चला गया, वो तो किसी को मालूम ही नहीं.
Aram restaurant same thing happened. माहिम पे जो डेपो पे था.
Successor.
तो उसको डर लगता है ना, इसको दे दिया मैंने, ये लीक कर देगा, ये किधर और चला जाएगा.
अच्छा, innovation नहीं था मंजन में.
She was the one who had the recipe.
So if you think,
She died.
so earlier, so this is also exciting because people are feeling excited.
See, why is success only judged by how much money you make?
No, we are not judging. We haven't talked about money.
Yes.
Have we talked about money?
I mean, success, yes, it's
No,
kind
no.
of in the background is the money.
No, this is, it's not in my background at all.
But why is he not? You say someone is successful or not, then he will die. His business will die. He will lose.
Yeah, but don't you think? No, it's not about money. It's about he had a valuable product. That product has gone with him. It's about that. He was able to make difference to thousands of lives. That one person, that is all gone. Do you see it is spiritually dangerous?
Zero value now.
You created something new in the world, it's gone with you. What is your legacy? That's the point.
Why do you need a legacy?
No, why not? If
Why do you need
because somebody invented the wheel and you don't invent it now. You use it. That's it. So something you have invented should be there in the world, because so that the next generation can start from there, not reinvent it.
No, but the next generation will not die or thrive just because of some recipe of a dosa.
I mean, the idea is not what is cost, right? So we need to give back to the world.
We don't
See,
have dosa in Germany at all.
See, tell me, Leela, it doesn't matter, but tell me this. Give me a simple answer to this question. Suppose there is a scenario A, person created something new, died, just wait. Second, person created something new and it continues after him. Where is the higher value creation? Where is the higher value creation?
is that what he created wasn't the dosa recipe. There is no higher education.
Why not?
No, why not?
Why not?
No, everything. Yeah.
Metaphorically, he believe. Otherwise, for every business, the other
No, but not just metaphorically.
You see, for everything, you need to elevate. No. See, Leela, you are thinking money. Let me explain. It's not about money. Right. If the moment we shift, the whole purpose of this talk is that I help you shift your paradigm from money to value. This is the point I'm making. The people who are Leela, just please, Leela, can I speak? Can I speak, Leela? Can I speak? Yeah.
But we are talking 1 hour about dosa.
Listen, it's not about dosa. It's about innovation. It's about innovation. It's not about dosa. It can be anywhere for anything. It can be for anything. It's an example because everybody can get it very easily.
Let us take halwa now, if you like.
It's not about dosa. It's about innovation. I'm talking innovation. Point I am making, which everybody has gotten. Everybody has gotten that today the key to success is not that you create something and you keep secret. Today the crux is you constantly innovate. And when will you innovate? Do you see the spiritual value in this? What kind of a person? I'm again coming back to the dosa recipe or to the cooking recipe. What kind of a person will create 2 new recipes every week? What kind of a person? Let's look at it spiritually. What kind of a person? Person who is constantly open to new ideas. Person who is constantly exploring. Today he goes to this restaurant. Tomorrow he goes to, somebody says to wahan par wo acha hai. He goes. So do you see the explorer, kind of explorer he is? If he is not, he will not be able to create. The person who is ready for constant feedback. If a person is close to feedback, if a person thinks that, this person came, criticized and he is bad, so I will not go to him. No, that person will keep critics around him. Do you see the spiritual value? See, finally, why the God has created this world? Why the God has created this world? Why the God has created this world? Why has he created this world and there are billions, millions kind of activities in this? Why has he done that? Man, is it that food is important? Is it that this is important or that is important? Is it that my looking good is important? What is important? Why God made this? Because these are all the tools for your own evolution. When you want to create something out of this, you have to evolve. Without evolution, you will not be able to do it. And that is the purpose of cosmos, to evolve. ठीक है ना? So let me not miss the point. What? This is for me. So I want to come to the crux of what I'm saying. So what is, you have to first understand who I am. If you don't understand who I am, you will never be able to create your own niche. Never. If you are doing research, trying to find out this is a niche, you will be a flop. I can promise you. First, you have to discover who you are, number one. Number two, you have to attain a sense of value. Normally, see, when we talk value creation, a lot of people think that we are talking philosophical, we are talking philanthropy, we are talking charity that create highest value. Sorry, we are talking very practical. It's not charity that I create highest value all the time. It's not charity. It's practical. Because the creating highest value is a tool which replaces that need of that 100 crore rupees. It replaces the need of that 100 crore rupees. It replaces the need of a degree from Harvard. It is that highest value creation. Understand how. You are getting, are you getting a sense? In a moment. Okay. First thing, where is your highest value creation? Suppose there is a situation. Okay. You do it and you do it. Suppose Kavita do it and Manisha do it. Same action. Will it be the highest value creation for both? Why? Why it will be different? Let's take any example. Let's take, we say to both that, okay, there are participants in DYC, both of you contact 5 each. You are thinking it's the same value. Do you see where is the highest value creation? What is the value creation there? Sorry? The value creation, see the complex, it is very complex, but it is also very simple. When you become a very simple person, every complexity is too simple. Right? So, are you able to connect? Is the person able to open up? Right? Are you able to channel for that person? Isn't it? Do you see, to the two people, same task is given, the value creation is not same. And when I say value creation, another mistake people make is, I'm talking about giving value. Sorry, I'm not talking about giving value. I'm talking about value creation. And that means the value you give, the value you receive, and beyond that also. Beyond that, which you don't know. So what is the value they give? Person is stuck somewhere, they help that person, right? You see how much wisdom that gives them. They are not only giving value, they are receiving value. How much value you are receiving? You are going on a journey, you are frustrated, so you know what did not work. You tried, you had to explore, you had to discuss with people. Oh my God, why it did not work? New wisdom comes to you. Do you see how challenged you are? If you are put in the situation of highest value creation, what kind of a challenge you are having? Compare that with the challenge of, oh, I have to pay my house rent at the end of month, so I need 25,000 plus my expenses are, so I need 70,000 minimum. So I have to work. That is one challenge. This is another challenge. There is a situation, I'm supposed to crack it, I'm not able to crack it. Take that as challenge. That's why I always say, come out of your survival needs. Keep your survival to the minimum. Whatever is, if you are able to survive in 50% of your effort and time, rest 50%. What mistake people do? Suppose if by spending 50% of their time, effort, whatever, they can, let's say, earn 1 lakh rupees. Then what they say is, rest of the time 50%, no. Chalo, let me try something. I will earn another 20-30,000. Big mistake. Big mistake. They are making the biggest mistake of their life. They will never be able to do anything. The right thinking is, I always suggest this, keep your survival minimum, so that by spending minimum of your effort and time, you are able to meet it. Right? Let's say you are able to meet it. That's why anybody who comes to me who has got a fixed job, यार शिवो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है मैं जॉब छोड़ दूं, I said sorry, don't do it. मुकुल को मैंने कितनी बार बोला है, don't do it. कविता को भी बोला है, don't do it. Mistake. You know why? There is an alternate way. You know you are in a teaching job. Manisha is in. Not too much stress. Your survival is taken care of. Rest the 3 hours a day you get. Spend that in highest value creation. What mistake people do is, they will overextend themselves, their expenses, and they will say, now in 3 hours, I can make some money, no? They are killing themselves. They will never be able to create anything successful. And when I say highest value creation, I just don't. In our situations, there is no situations like you just give value. Like, for example, I said about the DYC coaching, for example. Sorry, every time. Right now, I'm talking to you. My own ideas are getting created. Do you see how much I am understanding? Because value creation is one idea. I've been really, it is challenging me how to communicate for years. And every time I communicate this, I understand what is the challenge, how I can explain it better. Don't you see I am evolving, how much value I am receiving? When we do workshop, when we did Ardhanarishwar workshop, the kind of ideas नहीं वो था ना हाँ continue so you should always know that when you are put in the situations where have we found replacement that earlier we used to have the degree, we would spend those 5 years in college. Now that degree is not valuable, but what is valuable? What learning from where? This everybody says, no, that learning is not important. Then what learning is important? It is this learning that you constantly challenge yourself, put into new situations. Okay, become aware. Are you failing? If you are failing, find the cause. Become successful. Right? This is the learning which is required. This is the learning which is superior to learning anywhere in Harvard or whatever, Stanford or whatever. And these opportunities are available to all of us, but we just don't take it. No, which career is important to whom? Give me a practical example. Our new generation is, as such, is quite experimental. One good thing is that they are not money oriented. So if they have to pick a job which is higher value but lower salary, they will do that. So that is good thing about them. What is the block for new generation is they want success very quickly. They are not ready to get into that grind. That's the problem. That slog. They're not ready to go into that slog. And they see because it's a very mental age. mentally they have believed. See, the problem is mentally they have believed that I deserve it. So if you tell them take this opportunity, sorry, this is too small for me. I'm not for all this. I'm a great singer. Give me an audience. Arrange a show for me. There should be at least 20,000 audience. See how I will do the magic. Who is going to do it for you? Right?
Overnight sensation.
They just want, lot of them want this, that I should have a quick success overnight. What we have to tell them is, okay, wherever you are right now, okay, there is a success you can create. Wherever you are, create that. And one quantum concept we have is, every time you succeed, your resources will grow by 10 times. And what is the meaning of success? And what is the meaning of resources? How do our resource grow by 10 times? What resources grow? Every time I become successful, right? I go into a different zone. So my vibrations have gone up, right? Everybody around me creates a new relationship with me. My mind space in them has gone up, isn't it? So don't you see that next time when I announce something, they will believe me? How big a resource it is that you say something that we will do this and people believe you. Tell me how many people have this resource. This is the resource which is needed. That I declare something, this will happen, and people believe. See, if you keep declaring, I will do this, I will do this, and people around you don't believe in you, will it ever happen? This has to be cultivated. You have to declare. You have to declare to certain people, this is what is going to happen. Listen, and you make it a success. Then everybody is ready for your next level of success. Another big challenge today people have is they have long dreams. I will do this, 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 this. We had this challenge with Chavi. So this is I suggested her because she was a dean of psychology in some university. So there they teach 20 different courses. So she says that I will start and I will also teach. But you cannot go anywhere with this. That's not how it is. You have to, you cannot have those 20 goals in front of you. I'll do this, I'll do this, I'll do this. No, sorry, nothing will happen. Nothing, zero result. What has to happen is you have to pick up one area. You have to pick up your next step. I will do this and I will create success in next 1 month, in next 3 months. Create a small success. Small success is good. Small success is also good. Once you have created that success, another thing we have to always do is we have to always assimilate the value back. Assimilate the value back. Always. Value back. There is a value we have given. For example, few days back, Kushal came to us, right? And he said, can you give us 20 speakers? If you give us, then we'll make you partners here. He said, okay. Right? Because we were at that stage where people will believe us. So he's the first person who believed that you can do that. Now, my job, what is my job? I have to make it successful. If this fails, suppose, do you see the whole resources of Quanto Life will dip? It will take a dip. That they said they will do it, they did not do it. And everything, it will spread very fast everywhere. Next person is not going to come to me. Right? So what we said, okay, he said, can you give us 20 people? I said, okay, yes. And then I really started to work on it. I'll say, okay, this person. I saw through all the lists, right? And then things happened and we had almost 35 speakers. There were a lot of ideas came from them. Ki yaar, bachon ko bhi le lo. Then we said, oh, bachche to hamare ekdam super smart hai. Do you see how much value we have created? So, and it was so easy for us. At whatever stage you are. See, the problem is that we are at a certain stage and we define the value that I have to go from this stage to that stage. That's how we define value. That's a serious mistake. The way you have to define value is you are at a certain stage, opening comes because you are there. If you can do it, just take it. That's it. Though we had another huge challenge that we were going to have the meet on the same time. So our participation is going to remain very limited. And we considered this. But I said, okay, fine. It seems very challenging, but I will go through that challenge. Right? So we created the alternate structure, 2 structures where it will work. Now what happens is, what is the value assimilating back in us? So the value first, what value we created? There were people who had not thought that they would be speaking as spiritual coaches, identities, or whatever.
Dreamed, I think
It was they. See, if they were not in this space, it would be a dream that one day I'll speak somewhere. You become part of this. Here it comes to you. Number one, what happens to themselves? Today, I can tell you, everybody who has taken that opportunity has gone to a new level already a new level. Because in that process, when they discuss what should be topic, how much they learned. Okay, they discuss with each other about the content. They were challenged to deliver. What happens to the lives of these kids? Right? One value. Do you see? Creation is happening in them. Another thing, what are we doing to their brands, their image? Like Dirga. People will say, huh, Dirga, spiritual guide. Sorry, no. But today when she sends her video saying that this is a talk I gave at World Transformation Day, don't you think she gets established as a spiritual coach in her own community? Do you see what magic we have done to these 35 people? Okay. So this is a value creation. What is value assimilation? Value assimilation is, suppose this was all unnoticed. I made sure this is getting back the value. You have to always be very clear, get the value back. So we could have said, हाँ ठीक है 20 लोग हो गए ना ठीक है. I said नहीं, sorry, list बनाओ. किसने बोला? List बनाए. I was not satisfied. So I said, okay. I went through that list personally. I went through each and every name. I wrote down. So शुचि ने मुझे लिस्ट भेजी 18 लोग हैं. फिर मैंने लिस्ट बनाई. नहीं ये 5 लोग तो आपने इंक्लूड ही नहीं किया. I'm so very clear. I want a complete list. ये enough नहीं है कि हाँ 20 लोग आ गए. I want their names. Why I want their names? Because if I don't have that, my resource will not increase. Task हो गया, value creation हो गया. But even QuantoLife resource has to increase, no? How they will increase? When I post that list, these are 35 people who spoke. People get it very authentically. Yes, these 35. Oh, ये भी, जिसको मैं जानता हूँ. And then that person is inspired. Do you see? I've created another asset. One person, somebody who did not speak is more inspired today. Okay, so this is getting the value back. I'm very clear. If we have done something, we want to get, now we'll do more things. We want these people to come together on a Adda session and we want them to share what happened, what evolution happened. Why am I doing it? Is it I'm doing just for the sharing purpose? Yes, sharing is a purpose, but another purpose is that the whole resource of QuantoLife should also grow. Like I said that one of the great resources of QuantoLife is the stories we have. So don't you think if we bring all of them together, there will be more stories? See, I am adding to those stories. You're getting it? Sorry? Yeah. So these 35 people getting into a new space, when they come together, see, my job is not over. कि वो event over हो गया, successful हो गया. Sorry. उस success का fruit भी चाहिए. उस success का fruit क्या है? Everybody, all 35 people going even to the higher space by listening to each other. This is another fruit. There is also value creation. See, in real value creation, you would lose this distinction whether you are giving value or receiving value. This is a real test of value creation. When the true value creation happens, you will not know whether I am giving or getting value because both are same. This is a true value creation. Isn't it? So I create stories and then everybody comes to know. Then we don't know the next opportunity may come. Isn't it? And I also told everyone, whoever were the compelling speakers, make the list. Well, I'm already thinking the next step. It's not enough that these people, the task we have taken up is successful. I'm already thinking इससे maximum resource creation क्या होगा वो भी सोचना है. So I said, okay, अभी suppose if I don't do it now, right? Then what will happen if I ask after 3 months कि कौन-कौन speaker अच्छे थे? You will get 2-3 names. Fortunately, we had so many MCs this time from Quanto Life. I'm going to ask all of them. Give me a list of all the good speakers which were there in your session. Right? So that list is ready with me. Then we study what kind of people are there. Can we create the next level of knowledge through that? What is the next level of knowledge? This was just people speaking. Nothing much happens in this. Somebody spoke, people will listen, not listen. How many people will listen? Nothing much will come out. But when things will come out of this, when you bring 3 brilliant people together and interact on a specific problem, find solutions. This is what we intend to do. So do you see? So I have to let even the speakers know that we are from Quanto Life. So that next time when I invite them, they say, oh, what's that Quanto Life? So do you see value creation, value receiving? And I would have loved if we could have had some 5-6 classical musicians, because that is something we've been working on for 2 years, isn't it? So it would have been lovely to have 5-6. And then because I was already planning that next time we'll have a 2-day conference for classical music itself. Right? So every step in my own, and this is my understanding of what is a resource. Whether the classical musicians think of us in some esteemed way, whether they think that there is some opportunity for them, this is a resource. So my invitation to you, this is the number one tenet of Quanto culture. At wherever you are, create the highest value. And when you will begin to compare, the real fun happens when you have to compare, should I do this or should I do that? Where is the higher value creation? That's when you will come to know that whoever I am, that's where I create higher value. Because 2 people may face same situations, but who will create higher value is who is more aligned, whose being is more aligned. So do you see, when you are living the value creation way, you are automatically discovering who you are. Automatically. How will you discover who you are? There was a certain situation, you went into it, and in that so much unknown that was hidden inside you came out. Then you said, oh, this is who I am, isn't it? There were some places you said, oh, I'm not feeling like it. So you say, okay, let me do because I promised, but next time, sorry, I will not do it. This kind of thing, right? So you are very clear who you are not. Very, very important. So this whole journey is integrated. Value creation, which includes both value giving and receiving, to such an extent that at no point you will really know whether you are giving or receiving, because both are happening at all the point. And in that you have a more understanding. It's a perpetual loop. You have developed more understanding of who I am. When you have more understanding of who I am, next time you will know where is the higher value creation. When you know who I am, okay, then you look for those kind of value creation opportunity. You will find it. See, one thing is, it is so easy to find opportunities for value creation in this world. So easy. They are just everywhere. Suppose you want an opportunity to get value. Is it easily available in the world? Is it easily available? No. Because the moment you are in that space, I want to get value, everywhere there is resistance. Everywhere people are doubting you. Right? Do you see, in trying to get value, your brand has come down? It has collapsed. But when you are in the space, where can I contribute? What value I can create? Do you see there are opportunities everywhere? Everywhere. And when you begin to create value, the space you start to go into, I can promise you abundance is a very, very clear byproduct of that. You don't have to think money ever. And you live such a fulfilled life. And where is joy in life? Joy is to constantly discover something new. Like how a child discovers, no? Oh, bird, ऐसा लाल रंग का भी bird होता है. You are interested in life. Why we lose interest? यार क्या यार जिंदगी क्या यार झंझट में फंस गए. क्यों? क्योंकि इतना मतलब हर चीज प्रेडिक्टेबल हो गई है. हर चीज. If you are living a life which is predictable, can you ever enjoy? Only way to live a life which is full of wonders, full of joy, is to be in that space of wonder, something new. And you will always have opportunity. When you are in the value creation space, you have always have an opportunity to explore new spaces. Suppose you are suppose you are a healer and you want to explore painting, right? Can you go to a person and say, see, I am a healer, but I am a good painter also. Have you done any paintings? No, I have not tried, but I can do it. So give me 10,000 rupees, I'll paint. Will he give? No. See, the moment you are in the value getting space, there's nothing you can learn, nothing. But say, okay, so I am a Reiki healer. Maybe I can paint. So I try and I'll give to someone. So easy. But we keep waiting. क्यों 10,000 रुपए देने वाला एक कोई पहले मुर्गा मिले तब तो बनाऊं पेंटिंग. See, whom are you harming? Whom are you harming? You think you are very smart, but actually you are killing yourself. You wait for that 1 year and you talk to 30 people. Give me 10,000 rupees. I will make this painting. And those 30 people say, यार ये क्या बेवकूफ है यार, पीछे ही पड़ गई है यार. How much your brand has collapsed and how much you have lost the opportunity of that 1 year in which you could have grown. So do you see the difference in domain, in these two domains of value creation and value grabbing? I really feel this makes a whole difference. So we complete with this. Any questions?
Yes.
Yeah.
तो ये who am I? Who am I का पता decision making है choices.
Who am I? How to find out who am I? There are many ways. It's a constant exploration. Never think that you will discover who you are, because it's a journey. It's not a destination. But every time you reach a new milestone, you will feel more expanded in terms of who am I. So one way is to who am I is to logically, rationally judge where can I create higher value. Okay, this is a logical decision. This is not based on who am I. But in the process, you will know whether I am that or not, whether I felt satisfied, whether I felt happy or not, right? So you start to come to your soul. Then, of course, there are other ways. There are tarot, astrology. Those ways are, of course, there, which will also give you a higher pointing to who you are. They will kind of narrow down your choices in terms of what you can do better. Even discovering your past lives will tell you. So it's a long journey. And don't wait. This journey will never be over. So wherever you are, start there. हाँ इस
choose करने में मतलब कहाँ किस choice में better कर सकता है.
नहीं बंदा better कर सकता है नहीं है. किस choice में where is a higher value. And when we say value, value means for everyone, what is a collective value? If I am going to do this, if I have A option, if I have B option, in A option, life of this person will become better this way, he will become more intelligent this way, this, and I will get this much money is also included. What will be my growth is also included. How much my brand will go also included. Both are included. Value giving, value receiving. So option A, option B, same thing. Choose which one you want to go for. And when you're very aware, you will start to discover who you are and who you are not. And be very clear, something you are not, drop that, even if that field appears very rewarding to you. It's a huge mistake because you will not be able to survive there. Someone who is that will easily defeat you any point. So you may have few clients, you may earn some money, okay, that's it, but you will finish yourself because somebody will come who is that and you are not. He will easily finish. Yeah.
My experience also was sometimes it's not about to choose something else, but to choose what I can and what I do, go somewhere else. So when I came to India, I did the same that I did in Germany, but in Germany there's so much more people who are doing kind of what I do, or like I'm a Tantra teacher, yes, most of you know this. So in the West, where Tantra is much more spread than here, much more practitioners, people doing massages, a lot has become about earning money. And it's whenever it comes to Tantra, it's about selling sex. So I did not get too many customers, too many clients, because I was not willing to sell sex. I was willing to give what I have learned to even make other people's lives better with that. So then you earn less. And it's, yeah, that's just stupid. That happens all over the world. So when I just by accident, let's come to India and someone asked me for a session, then and he asked me, you have to come to India. Then I realized, okay, if life wants me to come to India,
Yeah.
then maybe I should come to India. And I came just for a trial. If people will accept my work. And I did, and I saw, okay, I go for a year. And in the beginning, there was little only, and I never advertised anything. But what I saw here was there was almost no competition. No one else is doing what I do, almost. And a lot of that people need this. They just need it. It will give value to their lives. And so, and it gave value to me also. I mean, it was just an easy decision to go to India. And I even discovered more in India than that I worked there. I discovered more of my roots and all this. It all happened. It was like my life telling me to do something, and I just followed that. Sometimes maybe it's not always easy to hear that voice from life. I mean, it's like a oh there now. I didn't do much actually. It just happened like this. What about that?
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Shivaji, now if we have finished this topic, can we move to another topic? Speaking of senses, that you
अभी मीना जी सुनिए let that go. अभी it was a different energy. Right now is a different energy. We'll talk some other time.
सवाल हो गए
स्पेस में किसी की डिमांड आ रही है स्पेस स्पेस बनेगा थोड़ी तो डाल बाकी टाइम
So just close your eyes and feel how much space you can feel around you. Are you feeling more connected with the space, grounded in the space? Feel the space around you, even if you are touching someone right now. Just be aware of the touch, and you can still ground yourself in the space. Are there any questions in your mind right now? Are there any confusions? Are there any choices you're supposed to make? Just feel that. Feel the vibrational imprints of that. Feel the imprints, the boundaries of that touching the space. Feel the imprints and the space together. Let's invoke Quanto field to make this stronger. Quanto, Quanto, Quanto. Feel the presence of Quanto field. Suddenly you will feel the experience of space has gone denser, more vibrational. And now let's invoke Brahmaji. Take his name 3 times. And he's there in the space. Let him observe your confusion, your dilemma of choices, your fears you have for in your creative manifestation. Let Brahmaji observe all that. Let the imprints dissolve in the space. Hmm. So say thanks to Brahmaji and QVS. सिद्धांत बहुत देर से खड़े हो तुम यार. चलो अभी session complete. Anyone want to share any experience? Yeah. बताया कि she launched her course and her new phase of life last year. And I can do the same. And